Hello and welcome. My tax accountant has put together this guide because, let's face it, the UK's cost of living support system is changing in a big way for 2025. We're here to break down exactly what that means for you and your finances. Right, let's just get straight to the point. This is the official word from the Department for Work and Pensions. Those automatic cost of living payments that have been a lifeline for millions, well, they've officially stopped. Which, obviously leads to the biggest question on everyone's mind. If those payments are gone, what's left? What kind of support is actually available now? And how on earth do you get it? So here's what we're going to run through. We'll start with why the payments were stopped in the first place. Then we'll get into the new system that's replacing it, show you the practical steps to get help, cover some really key tax rules, and wrap it all up with a clear action plan. Okay, let's dive right in. To really get a handle on the new system, we first have to understand why the government decided to change things up. So, if you remember, these payments were a huge deal. Just last financial year, they provided up to £900 for people on benefits like universal credit. For about 8 million households, this was an absolutely crucial buffer against rising costs. So why pull the plug? Well, the official line from the government is that the economic emergency is easing up. They're pointing to falling inflation projections and the fact that benefits have risen. So the focus is now shifting away from these temporary cash payments and towards what they're calling more sustainable long-term support. Okay, so if the old system is out, what's in? Let's take a look at the new system that's taking its place. The big one to know about now is the Household Support Fund, or HSF for short. It's a pretty big pot of money, over £700 million, that's given directly to local councils. It's then their job to get it to the residents who need it most for things like food and bills. And this is the really critical detail, the help you can get changes wildly depending on where you live. For instance, in Cambridgeshire, you might get a $110 voucher, but in the East Riding of Yorkshire, it could be a $425 crisis payment. This huge difference is exactly why people are calling it a postcode lottery. Seriously, if you take away one thing from this section, let it be this. You absolutely must check your local council's website. Who's eligible, how much you can get, and even how you apply. It's all going to be completely different from one town to the next. Now, it's not all about the HSF. There is another pretty significant change for anyone on universal credit. The amount of money that can be deducted for debts has been lowered. That means about 1.2 million households will keep, on average, an extra £420 a year. Right, so we know what's out there. The next question is, how do you actually get this help? Let's get practical. Okay, it really boils down to 3 simple steps. First, get online and search for Household Support Fund, along with your council's name. That's your starting point. Second, be prepared. Get your documents together, like recent bank statements or benefit letters. And third, don't forget about local charities like Citizens Advice. They're often brilliant partners in this. And I have to stop here and give you a really, really important warning. Scammers are all over this confusion. Just remember, official bodies like the DWP or HMRC will never, ever text or email you asking for your bank details to apply for payments. If you get a message like that, it is 100% a scam. Okay, let's switch gears a little. For all you self-employed folks and small business owners out there, this next part is absolutely for you. We need to talk about the tax rules. Basically, the way to think about it is this. If the support is for you personally, like vouchers for your groceries or help with your home energy bill, it's not taxable. But if you get a grant that's connected to your business, you'll very likely need to declare that as taxable income. And why does this matter so much right now? Well, you've got to remember that the tax-free personal allowance is frozen until 2028. That means even a small taxable grant for your business could be enough to nudge you into a higher tax bracket, which could cost you more than you'd think. All right, that was a lot of information. Let's pull it all together into a clear, simple action plan you can use to navigate the year ahead. Here are the most important things you can do right now. First, check your council's HSF details today, because those funds can and do run out. Use a benefits calculator on the gov.uk website to make sure you're not missing anything else. If you're self-employed, track every grant you get meticulously. Look into other energy support schemes. And please, if you are struggling, seek free debt advice. You can see how this all starts to get a bit tangled, right? This new system is just more complex than the old one. If you're self-employed or you have a couple of different income streams, trying to sort out the tax side of things on your own can be a real headache. Look, figuring all this out on your own can be tough. You want to get the support you're entitled to without falling foul of the tax rules. But you don't have to do it alone. If you need personalized advice for your specific situation, the team here at My Tax Accountant is ready to help.